Alright, what's good? What's good, YouTube? Champion Trades here. It's been a minute since I did a video. Just been busy, just getting life situated, work, ministry, trading, everything has been busy. Brought my family out to Orlando, Florida to take a little break. So right now we're at a resort place, a little resort. And I think they out poolside. Took a little break, couldn't get me a little Starbucks. And take a little time, maybe an hour. I know we're on a little, what we call vacation, but take a little time just to get on my little charts and kind of review some things for the week. Just want to kind of give a little honest, conversation about trading. Trading is trading is not hard, but trading is not easy because you really have to really focus on overcoming your own emotions and overcoming yourself. Overcoming things within yourself and trying to stay disciplined is the hardest thing to trading. It's easy to YouTube strategists, get mentors, get somebody to help you with strategy, but after that, it's just you on the charts. And so I'm not gonna go deep into it, but I just want to kind of give a little chart review of kind of what I did last week, and I'll be going live real soon on YouTube. I'm gonna do some live trading. I like being kind of transparent, showing wins, losses. So real soon that will be the route that I will be going, because I do want to encourage people that trading is out there. It's available to every person to be able to have a better life, whether you work a 9 to 5 like I do and you're just using trading as a business to make extra money, extra checks, get some extra income flowing into your pocket. So it's definitely a blessing, but it is challenging, and it's going to take patience, and you're going to have to put in the work. You got to put in the time. You reap what you sow. If you work hard, you can reap benefits from working hard. And the hardest thing about trading, I dropped my charger. The hardest thing about trading is really just being patient with your strategy, patient within yourself. Plug that back up, and just really focusing on not getting in the way of what you learn. If you're gonna learn a strategy from YouTube, make sure you stick with that strategy and don't change it up. I've made that mistake. Even with some of my prop firms, I made that mistake. So you just kind of want to just stay disciplined with the same thing that you're doing. My wife's walking in, trying to see what I'm doing. I'm doing a video, but that's what you want to do. And yeah, so.
Hey everybody.
Yeah, she just got, I think, out the pool. So I'm gonna sit in here and look at some charts. I try to take an hour, even on vacation. This a lot of people say don't put in no work, but this isn't my job. Trading is a business. I use trading for extra income. For me and my wife, we put some of the extra income on bills. We put some money just on going out and taking weekend trips. So I thank God for the skill and the discipline, to stay disciplined with the skill, because it's definitely a blessing. Gonna try to flip this camera around. I'm gonna show probably my chart. So here's trade view charts, and it's the weekend, so the market is not open right now. As you can see, I trade MNQ. I trade the micro NASDAQ, and so my strategy is kind of like other people's strategy. I trade supply and demand and support and resistance. You finna get something to drink? Starbucks. All right. The line was long, but it don't went down now. All right. So back to this. So I trade supply and demand and support and resistance. It's real easy. It's on YouTube. Plenty of people trade it. I only put two things on my charts when I take a trade, and that is horizontal line when I'm trading support and resistance, and the only other thing that I put on my charts when I'm trading is this rectangular box whenever I'm drawing up zones. So that's all I put on my charts. I do have this EMA. I don't, it's on there for pullbacks. So for instance, let's say this area right here where you see my arrow at, if price breaks out here, breaks above, and this is the 5 minute, if it pulls back and I see it rejecting off of this EMA, this will be a good place to enter a trade. So in a case like this, when price pulls back to this EMA, this is a good place to take a trade on a pullback. So trading isn't hard if you just learn the strategy and be patient, and you're able to enter the market and learn how to exit the market. So trading is not a hard thing, but it is a skill that you have to learn, and then once you learn it, you have to stay disciplined within yourself, not to gamble, but to invest in whatever the ticker symbol or the stock or the forex pair or whatever market you trade. All right, so on my strategy, I just use simple support and resistance. So, but the key to my strategy with this simple support and resistance is patience. I hear people oftentimes say that you have to develop your edge. Well, honestly, once you learn price action and structure the market and how you recognize how price moves, the only thing you have to do is develop your edge. Your edge is, what is it that your eye see in the market, or on these candle patterns, or in this structure of the market? What can your eye notice over and over again that can cause you to enter a trade? So notices, and a lot of people trade this way, is supply and demand and support and resistance. So let's say if price starts to form this little double bottom, or however you even if you put a line here and say, well, this is like a double bottom or W pattern. Some people trade W patterns. So let's say if you trade the W pattern and you see price starting to do this, if you trade these W patterns and you are able to notice that W pattern on the chart, well, if you trade that way, then that's a good place for you to be able to take a trade. So I trade support and resistance and supply and demand. Usually on my charts, you will only see either this line or this box. So I'm gonna move this. I'm gonna take this line. Let's just remove the drawing so I can kind of give you a clear picture. All right. So let's say if you notice structure, you notice this double bottom, and this is the 5 minute chart. So let's say if you notice this double bottom and you want to trade support and resistance. So I'll just simply put a line on the chart, and when I see price starts to break this resistance, which resistance is nothing but, resistance is kind of like we say it's the ceiling. If you think of a ceiling of a house or a floor of a house, resistance would be like the roof that you're trying to break through to the upside. Support would be a floor that you're trying to go through the downside. So let's say if I notice that price has these wicks right here on the 5 minute and price was holding. So let's say all of a sudden I see this big candle that breaks through this resistance or breaks through this roof. Well, I'll put this line here for a resistance line, that when price comes back to this resistance, like you see in this candle here. So price broke through the resistance, as you can see those wicks. Price broke through it broke through these wicks right here. This candle right here closed above those wicks, and then it pulled back with the next candle, and then we saw it rejecting. That is a good place to take a trade. Real simple strategy. It's just support and resistance. All right, so you could enter the trade there. Let's find our long tool. You can enter the trade once it pulls back. Once you enter that trade, you can put that trade. You can put your stop loss. Stop loss is the amount of money that you're risking on a trade, and that's just a price tool that shows on longs where your risk to reward ratio. We can go through all that another time, another video. But your stop loss will be below that candle that broke through, and you can target. I usually on my trades I target a 1 to 5. It's just something that I've been doing since I've been studying trading NQ or MNQ. So I usually go for 1 to 5 risk to reward, and that was a good trade, just simply off resistance. The other thing is I do trade demand. I do trade support and resistance, and I do trade supply and demand. So if I'm going to take a supply and demand trade, let's notice that when price pushes from this area and pushes up and creates a new high, well, we just took out this high in market structure right here. So I would be looking for the area that started the move, which this would be the area here. This is the area that started this big push up to create a new high that took out this previous high. And so however you draw it, some people put it on a whole bearish candle on the 5 minute. A lot of people use that. Usually I try to grab halfway of the bearish candle, 50% of it, and on, because I really want price to be tested. Even if price comes down and takes out some stops or grab some liquidity below this, I like for price to take a little bit deeper, pull back. But most people just take on that 5 minute, that whole last 5 minute bearish candle before price took off. So when price returns back to this zone and you see it holding, that's a place to take a trade off of a demand zone. It's real simple strategy. But the thing that's going to be tested the most is really, and I'd go for a 1 to 5. So this would have been a nice winning trade. That would have been two nice winning trades. That would have been two nice winning trades off simple strategies, just off resistance levels and demand levels. And it's the same thing on the sell side if you do it from the supply zone and from the resistance line and support, which I probably mixed that up in this video. But once price breaks through resistance, retest, keep it simple, enter your trade, manage your risk. Once price breaks through support, the floor at the bottom, retest, enter the trade. Supply and demand is the same thing. It's just zones from what started a big move, what started a big sell-off, what started a big buy, a big push to the upside. And once you're able to set those zones and learn that strategy, everything else is just risk management. Just risk the amount that you're willing to risk. I have a 9 to 5 job. I have a job that I do like. Everybody don't hate their job. I like my job, honestly. I'm a safety specialist for a gas company, and I like my job. And the benefits are great. Hours are good. I really love it. So everybody don't want to quit their job. I don't go to work. I don't come to work at my job miserable. I get up in the morning grateful to the Lord for allowing me to see another day and blessing me with a career that I can take care of my family and with a skill that I can make extra money for me and my family. Because my wife loves to shop and Amazon shop, and I want her to have that. So yeah, really just wanted to hop on just to kind of give a little update, because I hadn't posted in a while, but I'm fixing to start back posting videos. I'm gonna try to do it a couple of times a week. I do be busy. I enjoy life. I have ministry. I spend time with family. Me and my wife take weekend trips, dates. We'll be out here in Orlando at Evermore Resorts here. We'll be out here for the whole week. But I definitely have to take time to just spend a little time on my charts to keep my skills sharp. But I just wanted to kind of give people an update. So once they start seeing me trade live and making extra money, I want to kind of have a video out there that you can kind of see, what it entails and, just, what it's about. And it's not hard, but it can be mentally, it really challenges you mentally. It challenges your psychology, and it's going to challenge your personality to who you are. So trading will do that. It can be a blessing to you, and you shouldn't let it become a burden to you. God allows us to have these skills of trading. So anyway, I just wanted to get on my computer and work on a few skills and review a couple of trades from last week, which I've already done that. And I look forward to going live and sharing some more of my trading journey on YouTube and other social media. So I'm gonna log off and go enjoy the rest of this day. We're just chilling, man. We'll probably get in the pool. We'll probably go out and find dinner at a nice steakhouse somewhere. So spend a little time with my wife. So y'all be blessed. Have a great day, and I'll see y'all on the next one. God bless.